Should be streaming. Are we streaming? Are we streaming? This is a technical test. If we're streaming.
Can you get somebody else to check if we're streaming?
Yeah. Look at that. Right. Yeah. We are going out on at least Facebook. I need to check a whole bunch of different places. Big cheers, Piers. Let me just see if we've got some audio. Hold on. This is a technical test. If we're streaming. Look at that. If we're streaming. Right. Good. Okay. We seem to be doing all right there. We got somebody watching and loving it. Margaret Morgan. Hello, Margaret. Do us a favour. Tell us if you can hear the audio and it is sounding of a reasonable quality.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
That's Piers.
Hello,
Piers Garnham. Piers, you were going to go for a run.
Yeah, I still might. I've put on the Christmas pounds, man. I need to get some. I need to cut down on the weight a bit.
Hold on a sec.
I'm pushing 98 kilos at the moment, which is too fat. So I need to slim down a bit.
There we go. There he is. Show us your belly.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's awful. Oh, blimey. Yeah. What's that? What's going on there? Right. Margaret has replied, yes, amazing. Wow. Yes, amazing indeed. Fantastic. We might have a show today. We might actually have a show today, which is remarkable. Let me see if we're going out on Rumble Pants. Just a sec. Let's see if we're going out there. Oh, blimey. Right, it says technical test. Is it going to show us live? Show us live. Good. Piers?
Yeah.
So let's just have a bit of a chat and see if folks can hear you, because that is the most important thing. What do you reckon is going to happen with Boris?
Oh, well, there's a question. He's clinging on for dear life, is he not? No. I mean, basically, the fact that they made a complete mockery of lockdown at the height of lockdown in May 2020 means that they never really believed there was a full-blown deadly pandemic going on anyway. I mean, it was just a big joke to them, which just further proves that there's some alternative agenda in play. It does, now the evidence that Fauci, there's more and more evidence coming about Fauci basically paying for gain of function to cook up COVID-19 in the lab in Wuhan. It does seem that they deliberately released it on the world as an excuse to crash the global financial system. And I think the reason why Trump advocated the taking of vaccines was because what they had planned was to just further destroy the global economy by locking everybody down for a very long period of time. And what the vaccines did, whether they're good or bad, were a means of getting us back out of lockdown and keeping the financial economy going for longer than they wanted. I mean, it does seem that COVID is a smokescreen, and that all the statistics, that in the hospitals and all the rest have been totally cooked up. I think the death rates haven't been significantly higher than any other given year. And people that have been dying that were labelled COVID were going in with far more severe ailments, and some of them just happened to have COVID as well, but they were marked down as COVID deaths. So I think, statistically speaking, we've been completely lied to. I don't think COVID has ever been...
Hold on. Whoa. I haven't even started the show proper, and we're already about to get banned from YouTube. So you're going to have to save this for later, for when we can talk on a network that isn't censored.
How do you know that? Do they send you warnings?
They rip down my videos. And give me strikes. and I've got 2 strikes, and so apparently I'm allowed 2 more, and then the channel's ripped down entirely. No. I don't want you to, but later we will get into this. But we just can't talk about it on YouTube because of their terms and conditions. It's crazy. They do not want us talking about the things that really matter. That Fauci story is huge. We're going to get into that later. Because why that guy is still in a job, never mind Boris, frankly, the technocrats, why they... Neil Ferguson. Anyway, we'll talk about this later. Because
it's all interconnected. It's all interconnected.
Carl Bibby is over on YouTube, says, "Fine, Ollie, God bless you, mate. I just want to do a quick test to see if 1 or 2 other things work. So we can, I don't know, do something like that. And then, what's this? Prince Andrew, Queen urge to Axel military, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Do you think that this is an enormous distraction? Or, I mean, I know the guy is filth, frankly, but compared to some of the other stuff, like rolling out the Great Reset, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it does seem that, the Djokovic story, the Andrew story, they do all seem like slightly convenient sort of distractions, don't they? But I mean, I'd say we're probably ripe for either war or some sort of massive global false flag right now, as deep state seems to be becoming increasingly more and more exposed, and their lies, they can't hold up their lies any longer. The whole pandemic, is every day it's being more and more exposed as a big fraud. I mean, they know that they're on the back foot now. They're cornered. I'd say we're more. Yeah, I'd say we're at sort of DEFCON 12 for a false flag right now, or war in the Ukraine, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Andrew. Yeah, he's just a thick, arrogant prick, isn't he? He really is. I mean, what a disgusting, degenerate human being. And the fact that
you got that off his Wikipedia, didn't you? You're quoting his Wikipedia entry. Yeah, let
he attended his own party. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's just completely farcical.
Yeah, that's right. It is a joke, isn't it? It is an absolute joke. Piers, God bless you, man. I think we've done everything. Oh, Robin Sherwood says, I hear nothing. I hear nothing, he says on YouTube. Is there anybody else on YouTube that can verify whether or not you can hear anything? Because it might just be that Robin's got his... Steve Foster, no sound. He says no sound. No sound.
That was the same as last week, wasn't it? When you were broadcasting on YouTube, I think they're cutting your sound deliberately.
Lost sound.
I think they're switching off. Yeah,
Lost
I think
sound.
YouTube are playing the bugger silly with you, mate.
On Facebook, they're saying lost sound. No sound still. Blimey. Oh, what a nightmare.
That maybe just because of what we've just talked about. I don't know whether it will resolve itself if you wait a little while. I don't know. I mean, that you're obviously a target for them because, your show, people speak more truth on your show than they do the majority of shows. So,
well, I'll tell you what, I was watching UK Column yesterday. UK Column is the best show, full stop. It's better than mine, yes, by a long chalk. I mean, they've got more resources, frankly, but those guys are awesome. If you don't watch UK Column, you should. It is brilliant. It is, people say, GB News or Talk Radio. You got to be joking. They never talk about the Great Reset. Barely trace debate about any of that. UK Column. If you want genuine news, that is the place. Here, we'll talk about what they talk about. We'll get more input on it or what have you. But UK Column, that is the place to stay informed, in my opinion. Big plug. I get nothing out of that, by the way. I did have David Gerrish come on Daily Brexit a few years ago. Nice bloke. But I don't know those guys at all, apart from their content is superb. Right, so if I put Boris back on, out of interest, let's see if the audio disappears again, just out of interest.
Can be established, and I will, of course, come back to this House and make... And though I cannot anticipate the conclusions of the current inquiry, I have learned enough to know that there were things we simply did not get right. And I must take responsibility. Number 10 is a big department with the gardener's extent.
Hey,
people ran out of lines. It was dreadful.
Darren stopping the virus. And when I went into that garden just after 6 on the 20th of May, 2020, to thank groups of staff before going back into...
I was so bloody drunk, I didn't have a clue that there was a party going on.
Hey, I'd taken a couple of these, man. I was raving.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's unbelievable. Different planet. Right. Can you still hear the sound? Sound okay, John Middleton says. I don't know what happened to the sound there back then. That, in a way, is the biggest problem of all, because if the...
Interestingly enough, they don't mind us being rude about Boris because it's clearly a global conspiracy to get rid of him, isn't it? Which makes me think that maybe there's a tiny iota of a chance that Boris may be a good guy who's sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place and is trying to sort of placate everybody, namely the globalists and the good guys, and I fear what might come if he does step down. I mean, I certainly don't want Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister, and well, actually, there's nobody else there's nobody. I can't think of a single one. I mean, they're all the same. They're all controlled by the same people. There is no real democracy. I mean, they'll all say something to try and win people's hearts and minds and then do exactly the same thing as everybody else.
That's right. When was the last time you heard a mandate, a major mandate, being carried out, a manifesto mandate? And by the way, anybody that thinks we got Brexit, all that we got was the UK being broken up. There is no UK now. There's no United Kingdom. There is Great Britain and there is Northern Ireland, which is run by Brussels, care of the ECJ and the Customs Union. And therefore, by the way, the rest of the UK is ad hoc to the EU using Northern Ireland as a bargaining chip. There ain't no Brexit there. When was the last time, Piers, that you can remember any party getting into government and delivering on their manifesto?
I can't remember. They all say exactly what we want to hear until they get in power, and then they do exactly the same shit as the last person, because they all work for the same overlords, and there is an overriding agenda in play, and they stick rigidly to that. And basically, the UK is being systematically destroyed at the moment because of Brexit, because people voted to leave the European Union. They are, by hook or crook, going to force us back into that union by any means necessary. And at the moment, I think what they're doing is sort of diluting national identity to the point whereby those here don't have any specific allegiance to this country and therefore won't mind being part of being a district of a federal European superstate. I mean, we did put the kibosh on the 16-year globalist plans with Brexit. We slowed the whole process down. They're playing catch up now. And But this is they are going about it in the most obvious way now. It seems. I mean, allowing the crisis of illegal immigration has been going on for decades. I mean, it's become highly publicised in recent times with all these dinghies arriving on the coast. But I know a chap who used to work on a Dutch trawler in the Channel, and they used to go fishing off the coast of the UK, and they used to get paid large sums of money to bring across large numbers of illegal immigrants, and that's going back decades. This is not a new problem. It's only just been highlighted recently. There are millions of illegal immigrants in the UK, millions of unaccounted illegal immigrants, way more than has been officially declared. As like with all the statistics that the government give us, you've got to take them all with a pinch of salt. It's they make it all up. They literally bombard us with stuff that's all made up just to sort of go along with the agenda they have in play. You cannot trust a word of it. I'll give you an example. I watched a documentary, dramatized documentary about the Skripal case in Salisbury. Happened back in 2018, 19.
Skripal, remind me what that was.
Novichok thing. Well, one thing that immediately, Novichok. The one thing that really immediately makes me believe that it's a conspiracy is because the BBC have dramatized it. So as soon as they dramatize any real life event where they want the narrative to be firmly etched in people's minds, and they want that has to be the official historical detail of what took place, they get the BBC to do a dramatization of it, or they make a film about it, like Zero Dark 30, which was apparently the capture and killing of bin Laden. Whenever they want us to believe, it etched into our minds, this is the official historical way things happened, they'll dramatize it, and they'll apportion the necessary blame. But the thing is, why would
they're about to do that Jimmy Savile drama, aren't they? That's another example.
There we go. Yeah, if that's the BBC doing that, that will just be all
whitewashing history with their nonsense. Do you reckon that who's going to play Jill Dando?
I don't know. Claire Foy.
yeah. Popular fave. Yeah, God bless her. Right, tech seems sorted. Piers, are you coming on the show today, later?
Yeah, if you want me to. I mean, what time would you like me to
I'd love you to, mate. I'll tell you what's going on. So this is in an hour and 5 minutes, give or take, an hour and 7.5 minutes. I've even got a clock countdown into the show now that works, I think. Today is Nuremberg. We're the split show first half. You're welcome for all of it, Piers. God bless you. Bill Etheridge is on, I think, for all of it as well. I think that Dave Fergie, I think, is going to be popping in as well. So we got a bit of a round table with two key guests. And one of them is Michael McMahon, Australian whistleblower, a nurse, who, again, like Craig Workman, and a shout out to you, Craig. I know it's past your bedtime today because it's going to be 4 a.m. when the show goes out in Australia in an hour's time or so. So Craig's going to get some kit. But Michael is going to be coming on to tell us about why he quit the profession, the medical profession, because he refused to get quaxed. And also, not only that, but he's uprooted from his home to escape house arrest. He's going to be telling us all about that in the first hour of the show, Australia. And the second half of the show, we got Robin Tilbrook popping back onto the show, old friend of the show. God bless you, Robin. Thank you very much indeed for coming back, talking to us specifically about the Nuremberg Code. What must we do to have the law, the international law of the Nuremberg Code upheld? That's my question to Robin Tilbrook. So, Piers, mate, if you're welcome for as much or as little as you want to do, man. Really, really. I know you've got a day off today.
I tell you what, if I can come on for the first hour, I've got to go and pick up the missus from where she's working. So I can probably stay on till about 6:30, and then I'll just gracefully duck out if that's okay.
That's absolutely fine, man. That's absolutely fine.
All right.
Right. Okay. I think the tech is sorted. Thank you, everybody at Rumble Pants, Fastbook, YouTube, DLive as well. Going out on DLive today for the first time, I don't know, pretty much ever. So, hey, DLive people. Yeah, I'm not a gamer. And by the way, you need to get off those games and start prepping up on what's really going on. So check us out in an hour's time. Right. Okay, that's it. Hold on. Out Q or something like that. Here we go. That'll do.
See you later, all.
Ciao, man. God bless you, peers. Lots of love. Have a good run. You need it.